find something to make the gears mesh.
Of course, over on the other side, Widener has not had any difficulty at all offensively, as they have scored 59 points in their 2 games, and they have only given up 7, as they have beaten Swarthmore, and they have also beaten Lebanon Valley. Moravian's only victory is a win over Swarthmore. Of course, Dick, as we come into this ball game, one of the keys to a Widener win might very well be their field goal kicker, a kid named Rose, and he beat Moravian last year as Widener won the ball game 3-0 with a late field goal in the ball game in the 4th quarter.
You know, they talked about the one that the Guadagnino kid almost put in 11th Street last night free. This guy's almost going to put one on the thruway. Gary, he is right now kicking from the 30, just very, very close to us, and he's clearing by 30. Unbelievable.
Another interesting aspect of the ball game, a kid named Tony Ganguza is going to get a first start, and that's got a little bit of a local story.
Well, we're going to list the local Lehigh Valley players today, and of course for Moravian, but the Ganguza kid out of Peaburg is going to get, there's an injury, and he's going to play an awful lot at the offensive pivot spot.
He is a junior, and this is his first varsity start ever since he's gotten to Widener. Widener is really trying to put it all back together again. In 1977, they were the national champions. 1980 and 78, as the defending national champions, they had another good, solid year. But since then, they have never gotten to that glory. But they really seem to be putting an effort into getting that program right back to that level.
They do. They say that they want to get back to the national limelight. And, of course, more so nowadays, Gary, that Division III, top 10, top 20, Division II, the 1AA, that's a big thing. That's a really big deal because they got the true playoff system. They go to the 16, the quarterfinals, the semifinals, you know, and finally you go all year if you have to get that national final. Widener's been there, and they'd love to return.
Well, the parents are here from Moravian today, and they want to see Moravian upset Widener. We may look for that, too, this afternoon. We've got great football coming your way. MAC action, Moravian against Widener right after this timeout. Through the co-captains from both schools. From Moravian, it's 85 Rick DeLong. And we're going to listen in and hear who wins that toss.
Heads, he said.
Heads, he said. Okay. And we have a heads. You have won the toss. You're going to defer. Okay. White has won the toss. They're going to defer. Blue. And you want to do? You want to check the draw. All right. What goal do you want to defend? What goal do you want to defend? Your back down that way. Blue is going to kick. Blue will be kicking. Okay, boys, it's going to be good ball.
The Widener co-captains were 55 Joe Baker and 46 Kim Harris. And Dick Tracy, I just saw the most unusual coin toss I've seen in all my years. They deferred, and Moravian decided to kick.
Decided to kick. Well, that's that defensive start, Gary.
Well, we said they had a tough defense, and they, I guess, want to go out and prove it. What that means, of course, is that Moravian will kick off for both halves, I would imagine, our national anthem. Well, we thought our national anthem was coming, and here it is. Just a beautiful setting here in Bethlehem at Steel Field. Our officials for today's contest, as we said, the referee is John Boger, the umpire is Charles Allen. The back judge is Joe Armstrong, the line judge is William Keller, And the headlinesman is Joe Reichwein. You get a good look at the Moravian kickoff team as they will kick off. And Dick, I can only assume that they will also probably kick off for the second half. So it is a bit of an unusual decision.
It looks that way now, Gal, unless there is, you know, some skullduggery on the part of the Pioneers. But that's the way you read it after the initial coin toss. Well, I tell you, get a look at that field. That is beautiful, isn't it?
This is just a beautiful setting, as we mentioned, as you look across and see the hills and the valleys and the beautiful trees. It's a perfect day for football, and we haven't said that all year long. We did have a nice night last night for the Freedom Becca High ball game. We hope you enjoyed that. Number 83 to kick off is Scott Perry. Deep to receive for Widener will be Bill Eisel, a 5'9", 152-pound junior speedster. And we're ready for college football action. The MAC. The kickoff by Perry. It's going to be a short one, taken at about the 26-yard line. Up over the 30 and cutting back over the 35, out to about the 38-yard line, where the Pioneers will put it in play, 1st and 10. And let's set their offensive unit for you. At quarterback will be Joe Bakey, number 12. The fullback is 23, Mike Gatto. The tailback is 46, Kim Harris. The slot back is Dan Sandhouse. He wears number 4. The ball is placed down right at the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Pioneers.
Going to get a look at that Pioneer offense immediately, Gary. And of course, that is a real national heritage. They have a wealth of storehouse of memories down there football-wise.
Sandhouse was in motion, keeping the ball as Bakey tries to pitch it away, and it's fumbled. It's Moravian football.
We got it.
Falling on it, Dick, is number 99. It is 99 for Moravian. Wade King, the 6'2", 220-pound junior. Our first turnover. Here's another look.
In the pregame specialties, Gary, we saw Widener. In fact, when we were down doing the pregame, they were just a few yards away from us. They kept practicing that pitch, and they had a man on the pitch man all the time. And boy, we saw it misfire in the very first play.
You get a look at the Moravian backfield. It'll be Bob Light who will be calling the offensive signals. 1st and 10 from the Widener 35-yard line. Moravian gets an early break. Handoff goes to the first man through. That's Mike Betts, 44. Mike drives inside to 35. Gets the ball down to about the 33-yard line. We'll give him 2 yards on the play and call it 2nd and 8.
In 2 short plays, we have seen Moravian true to form, Gary. They played a tremendous defense, got the big turnover in the first, and in the second play, won their first offensive play, just a little bit of a gain, which has been a sputtering mechanism for them so far.
The fullback is Rick Krause, 44. The tailback is 23, Bob Panicky. 26, Jeff Pollock is the flanker. In motion goes Pollock. The ball is kept by Light. Light cuts up inside the 30, down to about the 28-yard line. He'll pick up 6 yards in the play and bring up a 3rd and 2.
A good inside fake from Rick Krause helped make that play for about a 6-yard gain to the outside. Krause, you remember, did his playing for Eddie Sensitz and the Caddy Rough Riders. A real tough young man.
Big play here early on for the Greyhounds. They'd like to get on the board first. Their offense has had some problems scoring this year, and they would love to put some numbers up there very quickly. Light again. Sends in motion and pitches the ball back to Jeff Pollock.
3 times now, Gary, we've seen that man go in motion from the wing spot. And each time the Pioneers have put a man on him just in case. And that time with 3rd and short, the just in case became a reality.
And Pollock lost the yard on the play. Takes the ball back to the 29-yard line. They've got to get to the 25, so it brings up a 4th and 4. And Dick, looks like a passing situation. They have not put the ball in the air so far today. And we'll see whether or not Bob Light, the sophomore, is going to throw it. From the I formation. He's back to throw the ball. Fires on a sideline pattern. It's complete to Pollock. Pollock's knocked down at the 20-yard line. Check it, make it the 19, and he's got himself a first down. The initial first down of the ball game, a pickup of 10 yards on the play.
That time they went away from the wing T. They went to the double tight end. Wing back on the left-hand side. Gary simply went down. He squared out.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Greyhounds. The ball is on the 19-yard line. Simple pass pattern. Pollock just simply went down, as Dick said, about 10, squared it out to the sidelines, and Light threw a strike.
All timing.
Kids work on that. Those are the things you do before and after practice. Again, it's Pollock in motion. Time to hand off to the second man through. That's Panicky. Panicky hit at the line of scrimmage. May have fallen forward for about a yard.
Saw the possibility there of a trap block, Gary. The left tackle was pulling number 79, looking for a trap. But the defenses are becoming so intellectual that you learn as a defensive forward wall member, hey, you simply stop. Get down on your knees. Because if no one comes to block you, something must be up. And if that defense doesn't penetrate, you're not going to get the good trap.
Well, they got a good defensive play that time from Mark McKenna, did the Pioneers. He's a 238-pound freshman wearing number 90. He made the stop. 2nd and 9, the ball's on the 18-yard line. Again, Pollock in motion, the handoff goes to Panicky. Panicky trying to right side, falls forward down to about the 15. We'll see where they spot it. Tackle made on the play by Kevin Beadle, number 56.
The previous play when we saw the left tackle pull for Moravian, what you saw on your screen was right, Gary. He is a sophomore, and he's listed at 6'5", 344 pounds. Number 79, Mike Cott.
When I went to write that on my sheets last night, I thought it was a misprint. I didn't even write it down till I got here today.
He's big.
3rd and 5. The ball is on the 15-yard line. Light again sends Pollock in motion. And again, inside fake handoff. Light's going to roll to his right side. He's going to keep the football. He's going to finally be knocked out of bounds. Appears to be knocked out right at the original line of scrimmage, the 15-yard line. There'll be no gain on the play. It's going to bring up a 4th and 5 and perhaps a field goal situation, Dick.
Very straight offensive set that time. Obvious pass. Kraus was open, Gary, and a little hook pattern down over the middle. Didn't have the time. He had to roll out to the right and then ran for his life.
Looks like Rick DeLong went into the lineup, and they are going to try the field goal. It will be Scott Perry who will do the kicking. Holding will be Bill Fitzel. And Dick, it looks like it's going to be about a 32-yard field goal.
Got a little beef up front now with some of the interior players. Looks true, Gary.
It's long enough, and it is right through the center as Moravian gets on the board first at 10 minutes and 58 seconds. The field goal is good by Scott Perry, and the Greyhounds lead it by a 3-0 score. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Are you up to a
Scott Perry field goal of 32 yards as the Greyhounds get on the board first by a 3-0 score. I'm just going to give this promo quickly, Dick. On Sunday afternoon at the North Catasauqua Playground, the Allentown Police Department softball team, Dick's excited already, will take on the long ball hitters from the Sportsman's Bar in a benefit game. Proceeds will go to Dream Come True's Camelot Project. Activities will begin at 2 p.m. There will be games for the kids, a flea market, foul shooting contest, food, and baked goods. If you need more information than that, then call 264-8430 Sunday afternoon at the North Catasauqua Playground. Dick?
You know, Bob and I were on that roster till they had that long ball adjective, and that eliminated us. We're the old Sportsman's Bar regulars.
Would have kept a lot of people away, too, if you guys were going to be playing. Ball comes down to Bill Eisel. Eisel's going to get the ball out to about the 30-yard line before Moravian puts him down. Coming in to make that tackle for Moravian is number 91, Scott Rarick, and Widener will put it in play. 1st and 10. The ball will be marked down at their 29-yard line.
Gary, two shorter, not short, but shorter kickoffs, 2 consecutive times by Moravian with a win that's almost negligible. Wonder if that's on purpose. There just may be a real long threat for the Pioneers on their kickoff receive team.
Widener's only had the ball for one play, and they fumbled it on that play. Back to throw the football is Bakey, rolling right, getting chased, fires it, and it's just off the fingertips. Thrown a little bit too hard for Mike Gatto to control, and the pass just simply falls incomplete. Real good pressure, Dick, it looked like, by number 70, I believe it was out there, or maybe 50, Mike Reinhardt.
But let's face it, in the scheme of things that has come to be so far in this game, the first about 4.5 minutes, it is the defense really who put the points on the board for Moravian. They had an 8-play offensive drive, but it didn't generate much yardage. So it's really the D who's leading the way once again for Moravian.
And let's give credit to Mike Reinhardt. He was the guy putting pressure on Bakey and made him get rid of it rather quickly. Bakey keeps the football, and this time pitches it back to Harris. Or Robinson it is, 49. Robinson gets the ball out to the 36-yard line. He's going to pick up 6 yards on the play and bring up a 3rd, and let's call it 3. We'll give him 7.
In talking to Michael's dad, Paul Reinhardt, morning call, of course, he seems very, very proud of his son, of course, and quite happy, Michael seems to be, that he selected Moravian over a few other schools.
Well, he's only a sophomore, and he's in that starting defensive line for Moravian, number 50, 6'2", 221-pound sophomore. Bakey again pitches the ball back, this time to Kim Harris, and Harris gets around the left side, and there's a penalty flag down. Harris is at the 40, another penalty flag. I think all of this is going to be called back, Dick. Even though Harris is going to go 64 yards, it's going to come back.
We got either a clip or a hold up here, Gar, on the first one. The second one, you probably have the same thing.
One thing we did note is that Kim Harris has some speed as he broke away from everybody. 5'8", 181-pound senior. There's a flag on the 42-yard line. There's another flag on the Moravian 40.